Oh, hey, how's it going? Tony again. So I did a video recently about that thing in the back there, my Pontiac Trans Am, which now runs, and that's pretty cool. But the whole reason to get it running was to work on this thing. So let's talk about my 1979 Dodge W150 Power Wagon 4x4. Yeah, dude, it's a Power Wagon. Wicked cool, dude. Alright, so this lovely thing is my truck. Like I said, Dodge Power Wagon. It's not a real Power Wagon, though. It's not the military one. Enough of that crap. It's what they called it. Says it right here. See? Power Wagon. Oh, but enough. It's cool. It's old. It smells. I like it. Lots of other people like it. My wife doesn't like it so much. She says, it's an old truck. Why are you messing with it? I like old trucks, but that one's weird. Nah, she's amazing, actually. She puts up with all my crap. She's been putting up with that thing over there for, well, since I met her. So she's putting up with this too. So thank you, honey. I love you. Anyway, so I bought this thing. My friend, I'll give a shout out to my friend Pat Bork. He's a purveyor of all sorts of wonderful vehicles from God knows where. He was up visiting a friend in Maine, of all places, and he found this on the side of the road. And it was for sale for some stupid amount of money. And I couldn't swing it at the time. I was knee deep in working on that thing. And I had a Dodge Dakota before this that was giving me all sorts of trouble. But I was on the prowl for something older and cool. And I kind of tucked it in the back of my head, and I figured it was, I couldn't swing it at the time. Fast forward a few months, around Christmas time, he was back up there visiting his buddy. And this thing was still there on the side of the road with half off on the sign. So kind of called the guy up, and it was a wily old Mainer. Yeah, you know, the guy, the accent up there is way different than down here in Massachusetts. But you know, it's like, yeah, you know, it's got some miles on it, but it's you know, it's kind of like a Minnesota / Boston accent. It's really strange. I really can't do a good impression. But the guy, anyway, he was selling it for a friend who's an older guy, and the guy was even older than him. And it was one of those deals where he got it in a trade and he didn't want it. And it seems like it lived its life as a plow truck for some junkyard, if I got the story correct. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But it's in remarkably existing shape, which is more you can say about these here in Massachusetts. I haven't seen one of these in a good 20 years other than this one. So yeah, the bed's probably not original. I don't know what the red paint is, but and it's got plenty of patina, and everyone loves the patina. Yeah, dude, it's got patina, dude. And look, it's got a bed floor. Yes, that mat's there, but there's no holes. Look, tailgate even works. Look at that. Dodge, wicked cool, dude. Anyway, it's got that cool side mount spare tire. And I am a enthusiast of off-brand tire names. It's going to be really tough to tell in the video here, but this is a Dean Alpha 4-season radial. Dean Alpha, awesome. So yeah, it's crap, and it's getting replaced with one of these guys that I just found the other day. But yeah, check this thing out. It's got some mud, dude. But it's actually not that bad. Well, look, if I hit it, like parts fall off, that's what you want. It's missing this piece of trim. Hey, if anybody knows where I can get this piece of trim, hit me up because I need it. Been looking for a long time. But it's got, look, it's got doors. It's got these little steps. They're kind of useless. I need to relocate them. The interior exists. It's a mess. But look, it's got a dashboard, a non-AC dash. The four-wheel drive, dude. But anyway, it's a basic pickup truck from back in '79. It's got this sweet back when rectangular headlights were cool and like everybody had to have them. It's kind of like how LED lights are now. Back in like the '70s, if you had round headlights, you were crap. You wanted these awesome rectangular headlights. Everyone had to have them. European styling, yeah, really cool, I guess. I actually like this front end just fine. I know a lot of people prefer the older ones, but ugh. And then under the hood, we got your old 318. It's sloppy, but it's there. I don't think this hood's original. Somebody just like slapped those stickers on it. I don't have the RPO or broadcast sheet or whatever Mopar Ease calls it. I have no idea. But it should be like here, right there, and it's not. So sad. But it's a 318 2-barrel. It's got a 727 torque flight, 4-wheel drive. It's got a Dana 44 up front, I believe, and a 8 1/4 out back. I think it's an open diff, but it's got 410s, dude. Yeah, dude, it's got 410s. It's gonna be awesome. But you can't do burnouts in it because it's full-time 4-wheel drive because it's got an MP203 transfer case. And no, I don't have a one of those mile marker kits because they don't exist anymore. And I don't really mind the full-time 4-wheel drive, but it's got these sweet poverty caps that I scored like last year. They look great. It's got the right stance. It's got these little puny 235, 75, 15 tires, but that's what it came with. Yeah, they're BFG all-terrains, dude. Yeah, they're the KOs, man. Inside over here, I put like a stereo in it. I put a tack in it. These gauges are, well, most of them are original. Speedometer is not. That's actually an older one. That's like its 5th one. If you know anything about these trucks, they keep breaking needles for random reasons, and I've sorted all that out. But yeah, it's got this switch for former plow lighting that I need to ditch, and it's got 2 pedals. Like I said, it's got torque flight. But look at this tin roof special, no headliner in these. Typical bench seat. Oh look, more alien berth. Actually, this one isn't bad. I'm gonna recover it soon. Oh, hey, look at this guy. How are you? How are the kids? Yeah? Alright, thank you. Why don't you come with me, dude? Okay, alright, thank you. Have a nice night. The door's just shut. Look at this. Look at that. And they just shut. Wow. But anyway. This is the intro to this thing, and what are we doing to it? What haven't we done to it? Oh, I forgot to mention, if you surf the interwebs on bankshift.com, this is Project Power Laggin'. And yeah, I've been writing about it for a while now. There's a few installments up there if you want to check it out. But the next big thing that we're doing is in that box right there. What's in this box? What's in the box? Ah, a little basket of snakes there. Headers. These are Hooker competition headers from our friends at Hooker Exhaust and Holly. And yeah, these are going on. These are going on this truck. Maybe even today. Because check this out. These are original manifolds. They're leaky. The Y pipe is questionable. The exhaust on this thing had like 3 different sizes on it when I bought it, and I've cobbled together some random pipes to make it work. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that real soon. Like I said, maybe even today. All right. Anything else I'm forgetting? Oh yeah, this thing is an electrical nightmare. Just 3 weeks ago, it decided to burn one of its harnesses. Just said, you know what, I don't need that anymore. I'm gonna set it on fire. Here you go. So I was driving down the road with my wife, running an errand with her. It was kind of late at night. Going down a backcountry road, and we smell some burnination happening. And I thought it was a plastic bag under the dash, because, you know, on these things, and I could show you, the heater core is like, whoa, heater core is like right in there. Like, and there was a plastic bag right up in there. So she moved the bag, and the smell stopped. But yeah, that wasn't it. The harness that goes to the EGR timer, which no longer exists. It wasn't even on here when I brought it home. And it goes to the choke wiring for the choke stove. It's got this weird setup where it's not really electric choke and it's not really a thermal choke. It's kind of both. So it's got power that powers it up on ignition, and it lets the choke do choke things even when the thing's off. It's more for the winter. But I don't know what happened. That thing backfed into itself. The power wire decided to melt, and it took a bunch of stuff with it, including the idiot light for the oil pressure. But I've since upgraded to an oil sending unit for a gauge, so that has no bearing on anything. But it's got one of those plow light harnesses from the Snow Fighter stuff. If you're not familiar, Mopar, and they're still doing this too. I think they have like a North Edition or something like that now. Mopar used to build these trucks with plow stuff right from the factory. I believe it was a Myers plow. My great uncle had one set up like that on his Ram Charger that he used to keep for his dealership back in the day. I actually have all the paperwork for that. But yeah, it look at this. Just look at all of that. And not to mention, this thing had been up in Maine in the woods, so it had like wire nuts and scotch locks and all sorts of other nonsense. You know, lots of other stuff going on. So there's going to be some wiring being done soon on this thing. I'll cover that. Let's get these horns from a Dakota. I think they're okay. Might replace them soon. But otherwise, it's bone stock. Bone stock. Oh, except for that sweet coil, dude. You see that thing? That's like 20 horsepower, dude. Dude, I can run a wicked ignition system, dude, because it's so awesome, dude. No, it's all they had in stock, so that's why I bought it. The other one was filled with oil. Speaking of oil, the only thing probably keeping this thing together all these years is the fact that it's been self-undercoating for 40 plus years. This thing had the most oil leaks I have ever seen on any motorized vehicle in all my life, my 39 years on this planet. It really did self-undercoat. So everything was leaking. I've solved most of those leaks, sometimes twice, but that's why, it's probably why it's still here. So I'm gonna put this thing down, and I hope you enjoy my little tour of my 79 Power Wagon. And it is a Power Wagon. I know it's not as cool as the M37s, but this is what they called it. This is what I call it. Or you can call it Power Laggin, like the Bankshift nickname that we have for it. But yeah, hope you enjoy, and we'll see you soon, guy, kid, dude.